On this week's show, we've got gaming news and previews, League of Legends highlights, Rocket League tips, and much more. Hello and welcome to State Champs Esports, brought to you by Lawrence Tech and Hungry Howie's. Let's kick off the show with what else but an update on the console wars. Last week, PlayStation seemingly got the jump on Xbox with a surprise PS5 pre-sale that almost immediately sold out. Microsoft fought back in possibly the biggest way ever by announcing the purchase of Bethesda's parent company the day before their Xbox Series S and S went up for pre-sale, which of course quickly sold out as well. The gaming deal is reportedly worth $7.5 billion, with a B, in cash. Microsoft is clearly in it to win it, but what does that mean for gamers? Many of the people who pre-ordered the PS5 feared that game exclusives from Bethesda, such as Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, would be snatched away from Xbox at the last moment. However, it was confirmed that all these deals will be honored, so fear not. The door was left open, however, for these exclusive titles to eventually make their way to Xbox consoles. The real benefit of this mega deal is that Bethesda's incredible catalog of games, like the first-person shooters Doom, Rage, and Wolfenstein, will be added to the Xbox Game Pass service, alongside Bethesda's role-playing classics Fallout and The Elder Scrolls. Considering the games already announced for the service, it appears to be an offer that gamers just can't refuse. Now, let's take a look at a few new game releases. Up first is Mafia Definitive Edition from 2K Games. It's a remake of the 2002 original classic. The action-adventure title has been completely rebuilt, features expanded storylines, and is available for PS4, Xbox One, and Windows.
Get down! You doing this?
We're doing this. Blow them all down, Tommy. Not one of them goes home tonight.
Oh.
Next, we have the VR survival game, The Walking Dead Onslaught. Play as your favorite characters from the AMC show as you shoot and hack your way through hordes of zombies. The game is available on September 29th for PlayStation, Oculus, and Steam VR.
What I'm doing ain't about surviving. I'm trying to live. Things might be better behind these walls. Still ugly out there.
And finally, there's Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios. The original installment of this Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game dates back to 1998. This time around, the combat is turn-based and will allow for single-player and cooperative multiplayer.
Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
And after a slight delay due to COVID-19, Lawrence Tech has announced that the hunt is on for an esports head coach to help launch the varsity program.
Sitting down with L2 Dean of Students Kevin Finn. Dean Finn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you today, Dylan?
Not bad, not bad. So there's been a lot of buzz about bringing varsity esports to Lawrence Tech. Can you give me an inside scoop on the process of making that happen and any imprint you've had on it personally?
Okay, well, the process began a couple years ago. Our admissions department and State Champs started a local competition for high schools, and it's grown each year. And from there, we know so many of our students are playing these games. They're into esports. Last year, we added an esports arena, and we've had a club esports team at the university already. But we figured, why not compete at a varsity level against other schools? The sport is growing rapidly. So this week we posted a position for a head coach, but we feel that it's something that matches naturally to what our students like to do, and then also something that continues their education, gets some good mentoring, and some fun to go with it. So yeah, we're ready to go.
No, that's awesome. You just said a new head coach, any new team needs a head coach. What are you guys looking for in an esports head coach, and how can viewers at home apply for that job?
Yeah, for a new head coach, what we would obviously someone who's had previous experience coaching is always helpful. Now, in the area of esports, it's still growing and it's growing quickly, but it's still at a new point. So some coaches might not have a lot of experience that we traditionally see in other sports, but that's okay. We just like to see them have familiarity with college. We'd also like to see that they really understand more than one type of esports. We'll probably be playing in League of Legends, Smash Brothers, Rocket League, and Overwatch, and so it's really important that they need to know a lot of different games out there. Doesn't mean they have to be a master of all, but they have to know enough to be dangerous in each one. But more than anything, with all of our coaches, we want them to be a good mentor to our students, because the name of the game is helping our students get to their degrees, get onto their professional careers, and this becomes something that complements all that. So someone that still realizes that the most important priority is getting good students that match us academically.
That's awesome. So on a final note, there was an original timeline to get the goal accomplished. Then COVID hit. How did that slow the timeline down? And do you have any updates on how you guys are going to rebound from it?
Yeah, so COVID did slow us down a little bit, but here's how we decided. We got this whole school year to recruit and have the team formally start competing next fall of 2021. There was a goal originally of fall of 2020. I think now, though, the good news is the other teams are starting to compete, and there's a couple different leagues that we're looking to join. Maybe the Michigan Esports Conference, maybe the Great Lakes Esports Conference. It gives our coach plenty of time while he or she is out there recruiting talent to also figure out the league that brightly aligns with us. So I think it might be a blessing in the end. And probably the last piece is I think a lot of people are going to really appreciate what esports brings from have to travel and stuff like that. That's always something that people pay more attention to now because of COVID. And although it was much harder in some respects to March COVID, we know we're still dealing with it today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thanks for the information. I'm excited for it. Can't wait for Fall 21 and looking forward to it.
A few weeks ago, we previewed Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now we're following that up with this in-depth review of the game.
Chuck back with you for another game review, and this week we're riding the nostalgia train as we check out Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the Nintendo Switch. This 3-in-1 game comes with Super Mario Sunshine, Galaxy, and my personal favorite Mario game in the series, and the one we'll focus on today, Mario 64. Coming out back in 1996 for the N64, hence the name, this groundbreaking game was the first in the series to be in 3D, and this port to the Switch has everything you remember from the original version. Your favorite levels, and your least, I'm looking at you, wall kicks will work. All the shortcuts, clips, endless staircases are back, as well as Bowser kidnapping Princess Peach and luring Mario into the castle. So do your best to try and collect all 120 stars and figure out how to open that cannon outside the castle. Defeat King Koopa and rescue Peach so Mario can hopefully get that cake that was promised to him. As always, have fun and good luck.
Thank you, Chuck. And who doesn't love Mario? Up next is our resident League of Legends fanatic, Joel Graves, with some League of Legends highlights.
Oh my god, Kane is 2v1 here. This could turn it quickly into a non-favorable trade, but the Kane is insane. Completely 2v1, even 3v1ing that for such a long time. Here comes the Shin ultimate. Team fight lost, and I think this is a big top gap right here. I'm Hecko going back in, but I don't see a way where Red Raiders can come back, truly. Yeah, we have a fight breaking out here. Zach going in, but I think they're quite outnumbered. Look at that shield. Blitzcrank putting in some work, destroying that shield, but Blitzcrank's going to die here. Looks like the Ezreal's going to go down. Zach going back in, but that's not the team fight he wants. And yet again, Team Infernal is popping off with the Shin ultimates. A fight's going to break out of here. Looks like Team Infernal is quite split up, but they're going to get the Infernal Dragon, and the Shin's going in. Ornn going in, not going to get the Echo. Going to kill the Ornn with his ultimate. Zach is doing some Let's Bounce, but it's not going to matter. Team Infernal is playing this team fight beautifully, knocking out all of their key members, and I don't think a single person is going to die here. And I think that is going to probably wrap up the game. Team Infernal picking up the Infernal Dragon, and with a score of 4-19, are just probably going to go straight over to the Baron.
Vision is really important, especially watching for those rotates. You can see Zach trying to jump on anyone that is coming to get this turret. We'll see when he decides to jump in. Zach going to jump in now. Xayah has to hourglass here. Zion comes in with his ult. Ash is able to pick off Xayah. It looks like red team just gets caught. Not looking good for them.
Our League of Legends tournament will return in the spring of 2021, but we'll make sure to keep bringing you some more highlights until then. To wrap up the show, I'm going to remind you to sign up your high school team for our second annual Rocket League tournament starting in October. We're looking for teams in Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. We'll have that link up in the description, so sign your team up today. To get you ready, here are some Rocket League training tips.
What's going on, State Champs Esports Nation? My name is Kevin, and this right here is my weekly tips and tricks in Rocket League. Now this week and next week, we're going to be touching up on aerials, but to boost your game up, we're going to be playing the game mode, Drop Shot. Drop Shot is not your typical soccer arena with the goals on each end. Instead, the floor will light up, and when the tiles drop the shot. Get it? Drop Shot. So get to practicing your aerials in Drop Shot for the upcoming high school tournament. Sign up now at statechampsesports.net. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next week.
And that wraps it up for this week. We thank Lawrence Tech and Hungry Howie's for supporting our show. We'll have a brand new episode for you next week, so make sure to tune in. For Joel, Chuck, Kevin, and the rest of the State Champs Esports crew, we'll see you next time.